7 Japanese study methods that make students unbeatable. What if I told you that Japanese students have a 97% higher retention rate than Western students? And it's not because they're naturally smarter or study longer hours. It's because they use 7 ancient study methods that literally rewire your brain for success. These aren't just techniques, they're battle-tested systems that have been perfected over centuries. In the next few minutes, you'll discover exactly how to study like a Japanese student and become absolutely unbeatable in any subject. Method 1. Kaizen learning. The first method is Kaizen, which means continuous improvement through tiny steps. Here's the secret: Japanese students never try to learn everything at once. Instead of cramming for 5 hours, they study for just 15 minutes, but do it every single day. This works because your brain can't resist such a small commitment. After 1 week, 15 minutes feels natural, so they increase it to 20 minutes. After a month, 30 minutes. This creates what scientists call the compound learning effect. While Western students burn out from marathon study sessions, Japanese students build unstoppable momentum. The magic isn't in the hours you study, it's in the consistency of small daily improvements. Method 2. Japanese Pomodoro Ma technique. The second method is the Japanese adaptation of the Pomodoro technique, called Ma. While the original Pomodoro uses 25-minute blocks, Japanese students use Ma, which means strategic pause. They study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break where they practice mindful breathing or gentle stretching. But here's the crucial difference. During the break, they don't check their phones or scroll social media. They let their mind process what they just learned. This approach increases retention by 60% because your brain consolidates information during these mindful pauses. Western students take breaks to distract themselves, but Japanese students take breaks to strengthen their learning. Method 3. Bunkai active recall. The third method is Bunkai active recall, which means breaking down and rebuilding. Instead of just rereading notes, Japanese students actively test themselves by breaking complex concepts into smaller pieces, then rebuilding them from memory. Here's how it works. After studying a topic, they close their books and explain the concept out loud as if teaching a 5-year-old. Then they identify which parts they struggled with and focus only on those gaps. This method is devastatingly effective because it forces your brain to retrieve information, which creates stronger neural pathways. While Western students waste time highlighting and rereading, Japanese students are actively strengthening their memory through strategic recall. Method 4. Ikigai study purpose. The fourth method applies Ikigai to studying. Ikigai means reason for being, and Japanese students connect every subject to their life purpose. They don't just study biology. They study biology because they want to cure diseases and help humanity. They don't just study mathematics. They study it because they want to solve real-world problems that matter. This psychological trick is incredibly powerful because your brain naturally resists meaningless information, but absorbs purposeful knowledge like a sponge. When you know exactly why you're learning something, motivation becomes automatic and distractions become irrelevant. Purpose turns studying from a chore into a mission. Method 5. Shuhari Mastery System. The fifth method is Shuhari, the traditional Japanese approach to mastering any skill. Shu means follow. You copy your teacher exactly without questioning. Ha means break. You start to modify and adapt the techniques. Ri means transcend. You create your own approach. Japanese students apply this to every subject. In math, they first copy solved problems exactly, then modify similar problems, then create their own problem variations. This system works because it respects the learning process. Western students often try to be creative before mastering the basics, which leads to confusion and frustration. Shuhari ensures solid foundations before innovation. Method 6. Zazen Focus Meditation. The sixth method is Zazen, which means seated meditation. Before every study session, Japanese students spend 5 minutes in complete stillness, focusing only on their breathing. This isn't wasted time, it's brain preparation. Neuroscience shows that just 5 minutes of meditation increases focus capacity by 40% and reduces mind wandering by 60%. Your brain literally becomes more efficient at processing information. While Western students jump into studying with scattered attention, Japanese students enter a state of calm focus that makes learning effortless. Think of it as warming up your brain before the mental workout. Method 7. Ringi Collaborative Learning. The seventh and final method is Ringi, which means collective decision-making through discussion. Japanese students don't study in isolation. They form small groups where each person teaches what they've learned to the others. But here's the key. The person teaching must explain the concept so clearly that everyone understands it completely. This creates a feedback loop where teaching reinforces your own learning while helping others. Research shows that students who teach others retain 90% of the information, compared to just 10% from reading alone. While Western students compete against each other, Japanese students lift each other up through collaborative learning. The transformation effect: when you combine these 7 methods, something extraordinary happens. Your brain starts operating like a Japanese student's brain. You develop laser focus through Zazen meditation. You build unstoppable momentum through Kaizen consistency. You maximize retention through Ma breathing breaks and Bunkai active recall. You find deep motivation through Ikigai purpose. You master subjects systematically through Shuhari progression. And you reinforce everything through Ringi collaborative teaching. This isn't just about better grades. It's about becoming the type of person who can learn anything, master anything, and achieve anything. Call to action. Here's my challenge for you. Pick just one of these 7 methods and try it for the next 7 days. Don't try to implement all of them at once. That's the Western approach. Be Japanese about it. Start small, be consistent, and build momentum. Which method spoke to you the most? Comment below and let me know which one you're going to try first. And if you want to discover more Japanese secrets for academic success, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because next week I'm revealing the Japanese morning routine that sets students up for perfect study days. These ancient techniques will change your life, but only if you take action. The choice is yours.